If you're a coach and you're not using AI to help write your broadcast emails, you're wasting hours every week and probably leaving money on the table. Now, I'm not saying you should just send AI generated content as is. People are going to be able to tell, and it's going to hurt your brand more than help. What I am saying is that AI is incredibly good at writing email templates that you can fill out with your own content and voice. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 prompts that you can use to never run out of email ideas and not sound like a bot. Let's get into it. All right, so here's a free Notion document that has all the prompts we're going to be looking at. And if I scroll down, you can see each one. So the first prompt is the story lesson CTA prompt. The idea behind this is you're going to share a personal story and then teach a lesson about what you learned from that experience, and then end it with a call to action to book a call in the PS section of the email. The second prompt is the how-to or tip-based prompt. In this one, we're going to be opening with a relatable pain or challenge, and then we're going to give a clear, it's going to either be a mindset shift or a framework or some kind of valuable content that's going to help show people how they can overcome that same pain. And then again, we'll end with a call to action to book a call in the PS section. And the final prompt is the curiosity insight CTA prompt. So this is, we start off with a bold claim or question, something to create curiosity. And then we follow that up with a valuable insight to kind of bridge from curiosity into what you actually mean in some valuable way. And then again, end with a CTA to book a call in the PS section. So these are pretty simple prompts, but they really work. So let me show you how this works. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit copy right here. And we're going to go over to ChatGPT. Now, I'm using ChatGPT, but you can use any AI system you prefer. If you like Claude or something else, feel free to use that. And you're just going to paste the prompt in here. Now, there's only 2 things we have to change here. We have to insert our niche, and we have to insert a personal story to use this prompt. So the niche should look like, I help X achieve Y with Z. So the example I'll use, I'll say I help 9-to-5ers, or I'll say burnt out 9-to-5ers quit their jobs by writing online. And then in the personal story, I'll say the time I was stressed out at work and realized I needed a change. Then you hit enter and it will generate our email. All right, so the email has been generated. Next, I'm going to copy this whole thing. So let's just go ahead and copy this. And then I'm going to go and paste it into my favorite email writer. So I'll be using Ambit, but you can use whichever email writer you prefer. If you do want to follow along, there's a link in the description for a 30-day free trial. But I'm going to go ahead and hit new broadcast to start a new email broadcast. And I'm going to paste in the content that was generated. Now, right off the bat, I don't want to just send this as it is, as I mentioned. What we're going to do is we're going to customize it so it feels like I wrote it, right? So we're still using the structure that AI gave us, but we're going to make it sound like it's actually coming from us. So I'll copy the subject line here. I'll paste it in there. And then let's get to customizing it. So first thing, hey, I'm going to change this to hey name. So I'm going to insert the name of the person reading. And then after each line, I'm going to add extra white space. The reason for this is people tend not to read things if there's long blocks of text. So you can really make sure it gets a lot more readable just by adding white space in between each sentence or idea. So I'll go through and finish this. All right, so I added the white space. Now let's read through it. All right, so the first line is, I remember this one morning like it was yesterday. I wouldn't say that. And I noticed the second line, I was sitting in my car parked outside the office. It's much more captivating. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this first line and we'll start it off with that one. Hands on the steering wheel, forehead resting on top of them. Another line, just sitting there exhausted. Not because I stayed up all night. And this M dash, like the long dash, I'm never going to do that. Instead, I'll do a ... I had slept fine. But my body felt tired. My brain was already fried, and it wasn't even 9 a.m. And maybe I'll make this part bold and italic. That day, the thought hit me hard. Is this really what I'm going to be doing? What I'm going to, I'll say, be doing for the next 30 years? The endless meetings, fake small talk, constant pressure to look busy, all for what? A paycheck that barely made me feel alive by the weekend? And I'll just fix this up to make it sound like it's something I would say. I realized something needed to change. and I'll make something needed to change bold. Now, again, I'm just customizing this how I would say it, but as you go through this, you want to think, how would I actually say this? How can I change what the AI gave me and make it feel like it's really coming from me? Because while AI is an amazing productivity tool, it's not an actual human. It doesn't sound human. It sounds like a robot. So make sure before you send something that AI helps you with, you really do tweak it to make it sound like it's you. Not just a new job or promotion, the whole thing. Again, this long dash, we're not going to do that, but we can do a little hyphen. That feels a lot more human and casual. I wanted freedom. I wanted to create something of my own, and I didn't want to wait for permission to do it. That's when I leaned into writing. So I would change this, that's when I found writing. Not the kind of writing you learn in school. I'm talking about simple, honest writing online. Yeah, like simple, honest. I would never say that. I'll say, I'm talking about writing online in a way that actually helps people achieve their goals. Fast forward to now, ... again, another ... like this. I work from my laptop on my own schedule, and what we can do is we can make this a bullet point. So from my laptop on my own schedule, helping other burned out 9-to-5ers make the same leap. And here's the thing I want you to know. I would change this to, here's the thing. You don't need a fancy degree. You don't need to be the next big thing. You just need to start. And with the right strategy, writing online can become your way out. Not overnight, but faster than you think. Again, ... if you do it right. And then I'll sign off. Until next time, Gabe. P.S., and this is where we put the call to action. If you're staring at your computer every Monday wondering how you ended up here, it's time to talk. I don't need that sentence. I'm going to remove it. Just be direct. I'm offering a few free one-on-one calls. Let's be more specific here. I'm offering 5 free one-on-one calls this week to help others figure out if writing online could be their path out too. This is totally AI. I'm going to remove that. Instead, we say, if you're interested, and then we'll move this up here. Book your free call here. And we will make this a link. And we'll link that out to our Calendly link or whatever calendar service we use. All right, in just a few minutes, I went from a vague idea of a personal experience I had to a fully written broadcast email that sounds like I actually wrote it, all with the help of AI to create the structure, right? We're not using AI to send content, we're using AI to help us do this faster. So the other 2 prompts are also great. It's basically the same process, so I'm not going to bore you with the details. You do the same thing, you copy the prompt, insert your niche, and then insert here, you insert a framework or mindset shift. And then down here, if you're using this one, insert your niche and then insert a question or opinion that you have, which would be like a counterintuitive claim. And with these 3 prompts, you'll basically never run out of email ideas. You can keep using different ideas every day. And even if you start running out of ideas here, like let's say you don't have so many personal stories, you can put the same personal story in there and generate a different email that sounds different because it's not the same every time, right? So it can be about the same thing, but just a different email. And with this, you can easily send daily broadcast emails to your whole list, build up an audience, and then pitch them every day with a free call in the PS section. So again, this Notion document is in the description if you want to check it out. There's an instructions section at the top so you can follow along with that. So if you're interested in a tool you can use to send your own broadcast embed is a platform I built to give coaches everything they need to turn cold, dead traffic into paying clients. There's a link to a 30-day free trial in the description. Aside from that, thanks for watching, keep killing it, and have a wonderful day.